fifth stop of the Bassmaster Elite Series season, Lay Lake. Knew it was gonna be a grinder, and I love grinders. Okay, so we showed up early May, Lay Lake, post-spawn, mostly what's going on. It's a Coosa River lake in Alabama. I fished it, but it's been years and years and years since I've been there, and I've got no experience really to speak of that time of year. I fished a Mark's Outdoors tournament there one time and did really well, but we really keyed on the shad spawn in that tournament. We were taking off an hour after daylight, so gonna be hard to capitalize on that. All right, early morning here, Lay Lake, day one. Been a tough practice. I know that's a common theme for this year, right? But we're gonna go out here, see if we can get on a little something, grind out something decent. We got a long day, day one, let's go.
He's a 13-time Bassmaster Classic qualifier, 2-time Elite Series champion from Salem, Virginia, the cruise missile, John Cruz.
The best deal that I had going on was a little something that Brian Schmidt clued me in on. Fishing upriver, mostly for spotted bass, in the current, better in the afternoons once they start pulling current. But you know, had to try to get some of those early bites on day one. Well, mid-morning update. We're 9:15, fishing for almost 3 hours, and we've yet to put one in the boat. Keep on chucking. It's a fish. He might be 1/4. Oh, it's a baby.
Oh yeah. Big and right there, dude.
It's a baby. More giant than the empty space I got in there.
What you got for him?
We'll give him a
4 pounds?
We'll give him 1-1. 1-1. Got it.
Biggest one of the day right there.
Yeah, buddy. I told you, I swear I wasn't swimming with it. Maybe he was just tapping on it. He was following it as it's bouncing across. That's what I meant. And then I was like, oh, he got it. There we go. Well, after a while, you know, was able to get a limit, but they didn't weigh much. You know, it only maybe 7 pounds or something. That was not going to cut it. I knew it wasn't. I knew it was going to take at least 10 pounds or more to, you know, to be in that top 50. And I just wasn't feeling like I was going to get that bigger bite. I'd spent a sizable amount of time, 4 hours, 3-4 hours up there, and I'd never had a decent bite. So I had one idea about going into a backwater, clearer water, possibly catch some bigger largemouth. I was feeling it, so I just went there.
You hear that there's a 14-pounder caught out here recently?
Catfish?
Bass.
You're lying.
That's what you needed, dog. Ooh.
that little fat rascal.
Mm-hmm. Another nice one, baby. Oh.
Man, it ended up kind of running out of time. I feel like I fished everything I wanted to in that area, but we ran back to the weigh-in. Was, you know, a substantial upgrade there with those last couple of fish, those largemouth from that creek. Substantial upgrade from what I started with, and it was, you know, was in 72nd, which is not good, not where we wanted to be, but we were only about 2 pounds out of the cut. It was 11 and some change. Figured it'd probably take about 22 pounds to make the cut. I really only needed, you know, say a 12.5 pound day to make that happen. Okay, day 2, gonna make some changes, go out there and see what happens. Early out here, day 2, got some work to do. I had 9.7 yesterday, 72nd place, but we're only about 2 pounds out of the cut. Just gotta get a couple big bites and put a little something together. Make it happen. We got to do it. We have to. We have to.
A 13-time Bassmaster Classic qualifier, a 2-time Elite Series champion from Salem, Virginia, the cruise missile, John Cruz. Right behind him.
Didn't take long, and I made a couple bounce around moves in new areas. Started putting a couple fish in the boat a whole lot sooner than on day 1. Here it is.
All right.
Should measure.
Mm-hmm.
You ain't much to it. Ain't much doing.
That's a fish. That's a start.
Give him 1, 3.
1, 3.
Look at that little rascal. Look at that little rascal. Look how bad he is. That's so awesome. That is so cool.
He's healthy.
I mean, he is a little chunker. Look at that.
Not very long, but he's
That's
fast.
awesome. That is like the coolest little fish.
Pretty cute.
Biggins. Son, I'm on him. Son, I'm on him, son. I am on him. He ate it though. Thanks, buddy. Another 1, 3.
All right.
Yeah, buddy. 1, 3. Coming in.
Come on.
Coming. There he is.
Okay. Yeah.
Get in here. Get in here. Good Lord, mercy.
There you go. That's bigger.
That'll work, buddy. That's right. Lo and behold, started to put a few bites together and ended up putting a limit together before I even had my first fish on day 1. So I knew I was ahead of the game, even though I was catching smaller ones. That chatterbait was putting fish in the boat for me. Just a shad colored chatterbait with a frosted purple spunk shad 4.5 on the back. It's really kind of a go-to bait for me around that shad spawn. Was able to, I think, put 3 or 4 of my keepers in the boat with that. So I felt good about it. I said, okay, now we're gonna go try some different stuff and see if we can't get on a little something to get like a really big stringer. Made a couple moves. We did not catch fish, like not even small ones. And I thought, okay, I've got about 2 hours or so left, 2.5 hours left of this tournament. I need to make a decision. Am I gonna run way back upriver and try to catch some out of that current? Am I gonna continue to try new stuff down here on the lower end of the lake? So my gut was telling me, John, go where you know some fish live, some sizable fish. Something was not going on the day before with those fish. Let's go back up there and see what happens if we put that D-bomb to work in the current on another day.
There we go.
Yep.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Man, I felt like this whole area was just right. Put my bait way back up under there, under a tree. That dill pickle D-bomb caught me one a little over 3 pounds within the last 5 minutes of me being up there. I thought, man, if I can just catch one more of these, I'm gonna be in the cut. Well, lo and behold, I fished till the last minute because I ran all the way from way up there near the Logan Martin Dam. I ran all the way back down to the takeoff with like 2 minutes to spare. I mean, I didn't have much time at all. I literally fished to the last minute that I could up there. I didn't have any snags, had that Bass Cat Mercury blazing going down that Coosa River, and ended up weighing in 10:14 on day 2, 58th place, just short of the cut. Again, a little frustrating to fall short once again. I feel like I've made some good decisions during this tournament. I was fishing good, I was fishing clean, I didn't lose any fish, I didn't have to put back any fish that would have put me into the cut. Just didn't get any good fortune, in the mornings to catch one of those better 3 or 4 pounders. I mean, either morning, a 3 or 4 pounder puts me into the cut. I just didn't quite have the lake dialed in well enough. And I went back into that area that I caught those bigger largemouth on day 1. I went back in there, chocolate milk. So, that kind of stunk that up. I didn't waste a lot of time in there. I did fish around in there a little bit, but wasn't happening. Didn't get any bites, wasn't seeing any real action. So I feel like I'm making good decisions, and it's just a matter of time before things start clicking. And, instead of just being outside of the cut, maybe I'm just outside of the top 10, or maybe I'm just outside of the win. I really feel like things are going to start to click in real soon. But, we're getting later in the season. We're past the halfway mark now. Starting to get a little concerned that I've got an uphill battle in 63rd in the points. 2 decent tournaments, not top 10s, 2 top 20s, 2 top 30s even. And I'm going to be right there on the classic cut line. 1 top 10 and then a check. I'm probably in the classic cut line or right there close. So I'm right there close. Just gotta step my game up for these last 4. And really that's where my focus is right now. Lay Lake got me this time, but not gonna let that happen again if we go back.